Hi, guys. All right. So, Virgos, welcome back. Virgos, I am back now. So, we'll be back to a normal schedule where I'll be putting out zodiac videos for each zodiac. Thank you guys for being patient while I was away. Also, don't forget that on June 10th, I'll be going live and doing some free storytellings for my subscribers and do some other giveaways. So, keep that date in mind. Virgos, I feel like there's two different decks I'm hungry to use right now. We're going to start out with this one first. And let's just see what energy is out there for today, okay? This should be hopefully a fun one. Well, we actually start out with the clock is ticking, but it's also like the pendulum is swinging, and we see a character here who is under the impression it'll never happen. It won't ever happen. I've waited and I've waited, and this character is kind of curled up in the fetal position. But this is something that it's like a dream that they have, this thing that they wish could be theirs, but they keep thinking, but it could never happen. They're kind of sitting here over this reflecting pond, but in fact, they're actually floating up in the sky. So this is a secret wish and hope, but they really keep saying, but it'll never happen for me. Why? Because it hasn't yet. We even see that numbers are flying off the clock here. Like, if anything, to me, this says we don't want to waste time insisting that something will never happen for us. That's card 38. Maybe this is, there have been some time that has already passed where someone wanted something and it didn't happen, and they kept thinking about that thing that didn't happen. Maybe this was a long time ago. Maybe this is an indicator that they have focused in on the wish, the hope, the dream that they keep. Their mantra is, but it won't happen for me. It didn't happen. It still hasn't happened. I don't get this thing. We don't want to keep focusing on the thing that we wanted that didn't come in when we thought it should. There's that great song out there. It's called It Never Happens to Me. I think it's by The Assembly. I think it's The Assembly. Please correct me if I'm mistaken. I love the song, but we don't want that mantra to be the I'll never have it. It doesn't happen for me. It never comes true for me. But the song is freaking amazing. We got a 7. Well, excuse me. We have the Strength card. I don't know why I was about to say 7. It's card 8 anyway. I don't know. Maybe 7 was an important number. 7 is the central number that's flying off the card here. So maybe 7 months, 7 days, maybe 7 is a divine number. This could just be the encouragement to say the divine is not going to punish us by keeping us waiting. Things that are divine are taking the divine timing that is required. There isn't any lost waste of time, but it definitely says the pendulum has shifted too far for someone where they keep thinking it won't happen for me. And the universe is countering that, saying, have strength, darling. Be calm. Find balance. We have the Temperance card here and the Strength card. Why would we think that good things are not going to be ours? Why would we think that, something that is desired would not be ours? This says have strength a little longer. Have the courage. I feel like somewhere deep in this person's mind, they may be having courage every day to, live life and, be really strong, but somewhere deep in their minds, when they let their mind drift, maybe at night when they curl up in a little fetal position, maybe this person has a little cry at night, and then they keep saying, yeah, I know I can get through life, but boy, I'm never the person who winds up having the things that I see everybody else getting to enjoy. They might be focusing a little bit on, let me just ask, what is this thing that they keep having this, repeat mantra that because it hasn't happened yet, it never will happen for me? There's our 7 of Pentacles in the reverse. And then we've got this Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. There is no one on my horizon. There is nobody trying to work with me. I don't even have any options right now. I see nobody moving toward me on a quest to build with me. I don't see progress. I don't see a romantic partner on my horizon or even anyone in my periphery. So this is a character who says, I don't have any thing in the works. I don't have any options. I don't have communication from someone. I don't have a flirtation going with someone. I have none of that. I'm not building anything with anyone. I'm not even speaking to anybody right now. So this is it almost seems like it should be a singles reading. That's what this character is thinking about. Like, I have no one on my horizon. What do you mean? I have nobody out there at all. And maybe I haven't in a long time. Two of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, there's not even anything for me to like try to balance stuff out with a person. I have absolutely nothing to balance out. I don't have another energy in my field right now. It's only me. Okay, let's turn to the universe and ask this, because remember, the universe said, stay strong and stay balanced with that Temperance card. There is a reason that the universe is saying this to this person who seems like they think everything has passed them by. They think for some reason, oh gosh, now that awesome song by the Bee Gees is in my head. Somehow I always end up alone. The universe says to this person, do not close those doors. Don't turn your back and block energy flow by continuously saying, there is no one. I see no one headed toward me. I'm not communicating with anyone. There's no one trying to communicate with me. There's no other energy for me to balance with. The universe says, quit closing your doors and curtains and shutters and continuously saying that, because if you continuously focus on that negative perspective, you're going to miss the things that are trying to walk right in front of you, the people that are looking your way, the people that would like to flirt with you. Princess of Swords, Seven of Cups. This Virgo is being admired from afar, and heavily admired from afar. Their potentials are actually endless, limitless. The thing is, so this is a storyline where our Virgo is actually, their thoughts are so much more powerful than what they give them credit for. That's what the universe's message is. They say, you don't know, Virgo. There are many people that have Virgo in their mind, but the Virgos, the way they think about a situation or about themselves or about, life in general is sifting through potential relationships before they even get started, saying, yeah, but if I had a person, it's like this Virgo has an active imagination. They may be someone who kind of like shapes their external world through their mental world first. Meaning, I want to make this less like woo-woo, okay? Let's just say that if we got up in the morning and we said, oh, I feel so ugly today. And hopefully nobody ever looks at themselves and says that. What a mean thing to say to ourselves. Like if somebody walked up and said that to somebody, oh, wow, you look ugly today. Let me tell you, the big old mean sister Kate would jump right in and be like, don't you ever talk to my person like that. Don't you talk to my Virgo like that. Don't you ever, you rude dude, get away. Like I would be the first to defend somebody if I heard somebody come up and say something rude. So I'm going to be equally as like defensive and say, I don't want our Virgo character to say that about themselves, but let's use this as an example. So somebody gets up in the morning and they say, gosh, I feel so ugly today, which is mean to say to oneself. We shouldn't do it. But now, because we said that to ourselves, we say, I feel ugly. I'm sure everybody thinks I'm ugly. So when I go outside today, I already feel like I wish people weren't even looking at me. I wish that, nobody would, I don't want to make eye contact with anybody. I'm dissatisfied. So now I'm putting off a vibe of do not approach me. So now we go and we, get on the subway system or whatever, as we're on our way to work, and we intentionally keep our face down. And maybe now we start reading negative news stories or reinforcing that negative idea. We start looking for more negativity, or worse, we start looking for things where, like, look at that. See, in this movie that I'm watching as I'm, on my subway, transit, all I see is these beautiful people falling in love, these beautiful actors and actresses. Of course, everything opens up for them. Their lives are perfect, but the ugly troll of me, I don't get to have any of that good stuff. That's reserved for pretty people. And we start to keep reinforcing all this negative, how I will never get to have that because I didn't make the cut, because I'm not beautiful. And so that's why doors aren't open for me. And all of that is false, right? All of that is false. But we're reinforcing it. So now the opportunity of us looking up and smiling at the person who maybe intentionally sat across from us on that subway ride, we never made eye contact with them. Maybe that person thought, wow, Virgo's really attractive. Or wow, I'd like to talk to that person. I see them every day on the subway ride, but wow, they They haven't even looked at me. I guess we're not going to communicate. So Virgo could be shaping their external world through their thought processes, simply through their own actions. They are energetically pushing away an opportunity with someone. Maybe Virgo noticed that hottie too. And Virgo's like, yeah, but yeah, right. Here they are sitting across from me, but I already know I'm not beautiful enough because this movie I'm watching reinforces that negative thought process I had this morning. So now I'm going to say, even though that person is sitting across from me, I know they won't think I'm hot enough. So I'm not going to talk to them because, you know, it's never going to go anywhere. And so they actually energetically push away a relationship because they played it out in their head about how it wouldn't work out, even if they did talk to that person, and they pushed away a relationship. I'm not saying it's all Virgo's fault. I'm just trying to say that, and please remember, I'm not talking about you, no matter who you are in this world. I don't know you, and I'm not a psychic. I'm reading the storyline that we see here. And the universe's message is, Virgo, there are people that care, people that are, you know, interested, and yet all of these opportunities, in reality, Virgo may have something very, very solid in mind of what they want in their life. So really, they might be pushing away opportunities that wouldn't have worked out for them anyway. But if we push away every opportunity by turning our back and telling ourselves this negative mantra, we could definitely push away other potential happy opportunities as well, because we keep having this idealized vision of how it needs to be. Now, the universe says, Virgo, there's so many varieties of a happy life that exist out there that we could experience. The bottom line is we have to be open to it first. So let's just see. Ten of Swords. It is time to end something. What is it that needs to be ended? I'm already guessing that it's just a negative thought process that needs to be ended. But a Judgment. In this case, this Virgo has to leave behind an idea of an idealized person that they wish was coming back to them. Not because that person couldn't still come back, but because holding on to the bitterness of what didn't work out. And yeah, but I'm sure that person that I loved is never going to come back in and reconcile with me. It won't happen. It won't happen. It won't happen. I never have happiness. I never get to be with anyone. There's nobody on my horizon, including the person that, you know, I wanted to reconcile with, but I'm sure that they're not going to reconcile with me. All that negative thought process has to stop. That has to stop. I'm sorry. I know this is highly specific. I'm sorry, we get what we get. Virgo, I might do a second video to see if we can do something more general, but please let me know in the comments if this is making any sense. I think everybody falls into, you know, every character could fall into that negative thought process for a while. And the universe says, let go of the idea that a specific person has to be the one to return. And if they don't, then it reinforces the idea that, see, I'm not lovable, because that has nothing to do with anything. We have to jump through this portal, go into a new timeline, stop honing on one thing that didn't work out or hasn't worked out. It doesn't even mean that it wouldn't still. It just says that there's so many more possibilities out there, but we'll never see any of them if we keep focusing on the one that didn't return. Okay, so it's time to jump through a portal and instead turn attention with this Eight of Sacred Circles, Eight of Pentacles, turn our attention to things of deep value in our lives. This is like knowing that, wait a second, the energy that I expend in my life is all for the betterment of my life. What value is there in me telling myself I'm ugly, nobody loves me? How is that investing in ourselves at all? All that does is cut us down, tear us down. The meanest thing we could do is to tell ourselves that we're not worthy. We are worthy. We absolutely are. So why would we put any energy out there that doesn't add value? This Virgo is super strong. This Virgo is courageous. They love with all their heart and soul. That's a huge sense of courage that not everybody has. So Virgo needs to start counting up all the things that they do really, really, really well. One of the things that they do so well could be they got the courage to love like nobody's business. They got the courage to invest. When they say that they're going to do something, they have the follow through. This Virgo already has so much good inside of them, so much that is so valuable. Maybe whoever they wished was going to reconcile with them doesn't have the same level of strength that the Virgo does. Then how would that be an equal partnership? The universe is like, Virgo, you need an equal partner. If one hasn't yet crossed your path that actually has the same level of courage that you have, it doesn't mean that you're not good enough. It actually means that you haven't yet. Let's put it this way. If let's use sports as an analogy, if Virgo was super, super talented And the group that was drafting was like the D League. Virgo doesn't get chosen by the D League because they already know Virgo is head and shoulders out of the D League. Virgo's going to get drafted by the pros. So the D League doesn't accept them. And Virgo's like, oh my God, I'm nothing. The D League doesn't even want me. And it's like, no, it's that the D League knew we're not going to be able to hold on to you because we don't have any equal, if you're on our team, it's not going to be an equal match with any of the opponents because we're all D League, and Virgo, you're meant to move forward into the pros. So we're not going to draft you into the D League because you're already well beyond that. Your skill set gets you into the pros. It's just Virgo was thinking that they weren't enough when in fact they were way above that. We got the Hierophant. This Virgo does intuitively know it, but this says our Virgo, they got to acknowledge that and not keep trying to undercut themselves, because somewhere deep down they do know this. They've always known this. Their higher self is screaming it at them. Shavika, hi, sweetheart. Thank you for being here. They know this deep down, but this is like, Virgo is not supposed to just have like random relationships that are flirtations that go nowhere. They are the marriage material. They're the long-term connection material. They're somebody who is supposed to have a very spiritual bond with somebody who's incredibly powerful. And those don't necessarily come along casually every day, because the characters are going to be able to engage in a really deep connection like that are going to have already done a lot of work on themselves. They're going to have already elevated themselves. What's interesting is we're starting out with a Virgo who is already of that caliber, but because they haven't met anybody of the same caliber, their thought process has sunken to the point where they keep thinking there's something wrong with me. It's not. It's that they haven't yet met a fellow pro. And that's what the universe is trying so hard to like shake them and be like, no, quit saying negative things. Continue to have that same strength and courage and know that your mate is out there. Your mate is very specific. They're even on their way in, against this backdrop of all kinds of, they've been tested. They've had to go through all kinds of life's ups and downs and difficulties and miseries as well. They're still in transit though. They have not crossed the Virgo's path yet. They're on their way in. Or let's say it this way, they haven't yet been able to come into the Virgo's world. Maybe this is someone Virgo already knew, but they haven't yet been able to arrive because we got stormy weather. They've been working through things in life. But this is somebody who will be honorable, somebody who will be pure of intention, somebody who's, they're a hero. They're a very like high caliber individual. No wonder that's what the Virgo wants as well. 9 of Swords, the Death card. This character who is coming in for the Virgo, they are very stressed out that it will be too late by the time they get to the Virgo. Or maybe they've gone through their own thought processes of like, God, am I always going to have like one upheaval after another in life? I continuously, this is a lone rider. This is somebody who's out there on their own, battling through the storms of life. And they're maybe stressed out going, will I ever meet the right person? Something they may need to transform their thought processes too. That, or they're worried that Virgo will already be gone before they get there. Let me see if I can clear that up. Universe, how do I look at that? 10 of Sacred Circles. I gotta say, it's not clearing it up entirely for me, because I'm leaning right now towards saying this is someone who's on their way back to the Virgo, somebody who wants to be able to have it all with the Virgo, somebody who's maybe even about ready to, maybe they have left a location that they used to live or a lifestyle that they used to be heavily burdened in, and they're on their way to Virgo, and they're petrified that it's going to be too late when they get there, because they want to live where Virgo lives. They want to be where Virgo is. They want to build an entire community and a life forever with the Virgo. Is this a returning person? Or is this a new person who's just had, Temperance in the reverse? This is a returning person. So the very person that Virgo kept thinking it's been too long, they're never coming back. And in the meantime, I've also started to think so negatively about myself. All this has been like a storyline to say, Virgo, quit thinking negative, quit thinking negative, quit thinking negative. This is out there and it's on its way in, but it is about divine timing. It is somebody who had to finish the things that they had to first. And that has thrown everything into this feeling of chaos and imbalance, because why, it's like these two are missing each other intensely. And the delays why were the delays there? Hold on. Why were the delays there? Why were there such delays there? Three of Sacred Circles. You know, it's interesting because they've only been able to stay connected in the 5D realm, but even connected in the 5D realm has still kept them apart, right? Because one is a bear and one is a hawk. It's like the energy of these two creatures. They both had different things that they had to work on. They were both energetically always drawn to each other, but they were in two different spheres. They can't come together in the 3D realm until they can actually be in the same location. Energetically, there were other tasks that these two, that's why they have to be so strong. We saw the Strength card twice, we saw the Temperance card twice. Energetically, these two are strong enough to survive this separation and the other tasks that were set before them in life. And their two journeys were very different. Same desire to be together, but different journeys for a period of time that would not permit them to do anything other than stay on a collision course to get back together. But it's taken a lot of time. Now here we see the opportunity to come together in the 3D world. And once they get together in the 3D world, these two are never parting ways again. They're going to live forever in this little hut. It's you know, them against the world. But up until then, it was kind of maybe even like a test. Like, is this something that they keep consistently, energetically still wanting one another? This is like that moment where the delays and the time apart and that consistent 5D realm has become so heavy that it's like, I want the 3D now, or I'm giving up on the idea that, you know, there is even a connection out there. This looks like the time for this union is coming very soon. Now, I don't necessarily want to keep saying, oh, but this is a person that they already knew, because this could be a past life person. This may not be someone that they've ever met in this lifetime. This does not mean that these two have met each other, especially now that we see such a heavy impression of the 5D realm. This could be someone that it's just like, oh, that amazing song, I Know You're Out There Somewhere. It's a 1980s song. It's a great song. It's a guy who sings it. I don't know if it's Moody Blues. Yes, Wildest Dreams. That's the one. I think that's it. I Know You're Out There Somewhere. Anyway, that's what's running through my head, but it's that refrain. I know you're out there somewhere. So I don't know if these two have really met in this plane, or if they are past life people that are finally at a point where they're like, I can sense that it's almost time. Because this person who's coming in as a knight, they were super stressed out going, what if it's too late? I feel like I had to do so many other things in life. Here I am, still a solo writer. I might be very mature, but I'm still single. What if my person that I'm supposed to be with, what if I've been so busy dealing with all the upheavals that life has thrown my way? What if they no longer are out there for me? It's like both of these characters have this underlying sense that they're getting a little bit anxious. It seems like when am I going to connect with that person? What if I've missed my chance? And it's almost like the universe is saying to both of them, you've not missed your chance. You've always been on this path to intersect in the 3D world, but you had other tasks to do in the 5D first. Or you could connect in the 5D and know that your presence is out there, but you got other work to do before you come together. If we make this simpler, we would say when we're at work during the daytime, that's not the time that we can be texting our partners and, you know, cuddling with them, right? We can't canoodle when we have other work to do. When we get off work, then we can come home and we can enjoy, you know, wrapping our arms around our partner. That's basically it on a bigger scale. They had work to do in life before their time to be in a union was right for them. That's what I see. All right, I'm going to go ahead and leave this here. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Virgos, I'm going to go ahead and do one other video because this one, it's going to have to process before it's formally released, even though Shavika, I'm so glad you were here. Honestly, this wasn't available necessarily. That's why it's just you and me in the chat right now, but that's totally fine. I'm delighted that you are here. But yeah, this will be released later on tonight. But in the meantime, I'm going to do a different Virgo spread. Okay, so you guys, thank you for being here. If you do enjoy my fictional storytelling, if it's thought-provoking, if it's fun, awesome. That's always what I hope it is. At the end of the day, I hope you make whatever choices are right for you in your real life. And thank you again for hanging out with me. I'll see you guys. Don't forget, on the 10th, I'm going to go live and do free reads and some giveaways for my subscribers. So I'll see you there. And lots of love, Shavika. Back to you, sweetie. Bye for now.